Welcome to the Lean Lounge, a podcast brought to you by Lean Revisions. Please welcome your host, Jeff Gray.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jeff Gray, and welcome to the Lean Lounge. And here at the Lean Lounge, we like to talk about everything under operations management, from marketing, construction, healthcare, consulting, everything that's going to help you optimize your business operations. I want to thank our sponsors, KPI Fire and Sigma XL, that helps you manage your lean operations management projects. And today on the lounge, we have Kendra Wiiest. Thank you for joining us, Kendra. And Kendra is from Profectus Business Consulting. And Kendra and I go way back. And so welcome to the show, my friend.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. This means a lot. I
Awesome.
appreciate it.
Awesome. Oh, glad you could join us. And to our listening audience out there, before you and I get started in our conversation, Richard is going to roll a little introduction tape so everybody can see who you are, and then we can dive right into our conversation.
Kendra is a seasoned business coach with a proven track record of helping entrepreneurs achieve their goals. Previously a corporate employee and 911 operator, her passion for mentoring others led her to establish her own coaching business. With extensive experience in leadership, business management, and marketing, Kendra specializes in guiding clients through various stages of business development. Her expertise includes hiring the right talent, setting clear goals and visions, and implementing effective sales and marketing strategies. Known for her compassionate and supportive approach, Kendra has helped countless clients overcome challenges and achieve significant milestones. She has been recognized as a top coach worldwide and has a deep commitment to fostering a strong sense of community among her clients. Despite facing personal hardships, Kendra has demonstrated remarkable resilience and determination. She believes that these experiences have equipped her with valuable insights that she shares with her clients to help them navigate their own challenges.
What'd you think?
Wow, that was really nice. That was well done. Good job, you guys.
Awesome. Awesome. I think it takes the pressure off of, hey, Kendra, who are you?
hmm
And
Yeah, that was a nice introduction. It's well done.
awesome. Good. I love that. I don't see those either. So I've just learned a lot and wrote down some notes for some questions for you in our conversation. So how long have you been consulting? It said 6, 7 years now,
It's been about 8 years.
8 years. And you do a lot of different things. So tell us, first of all, the name of your business means what exactly?
Profectus is the Latin term for progress, growth, and profit. So I thought it was fitting in a business coaching and consulting kind of arena. It took us, I think I came up with like 60 different business names before I narrowed it down to one or two. So it was quite the process.
Yeah, no, I love it. The meaning, 'cause, that's very cool. That's what we need in the industries, in any industry. So it fits nicely. So you're out in Spokane, Washington, right there by the Washington, Idaho border in that area, right?
Yep, right. I'm actually sitting in Liberty Lake right now, which is just on the border between Washington and Idaho in my office. So yeah.
So you are a worldwide known consultant, is that right?
When I was working with a previous company, I was in the top 10 coaches in the world. They had about 1,000 franchises, and so they recognized me as the top 10. I think I was number 7 or something like that for a year or two, and then yeah, and then I left that company and branched back out on my own, and here we are, growing very very quickly.
Nice. Awesome. And you're doing something right then. So tell us about coaching and how you help organizations, or do you build strategy? Do you help the leaders? You had leadership, you had all kinds of stuff in your intro. Just kind of walk us through, how this all works and how it helps businesses and individuals and entities on what you do when you come in.
Yeah, so basically, during my 911 career, I learned so much about resilience and just the ability to be able to live life each day to its fullest. And obviously, we took a lot of calls that weren't so great, and so that really catapulted me when I opened a brewery with a friend. And that catapulted me in that, oh man, life is short. Like, why are we doing the things that we're not happy with? And so then through that process, I started coaching other brewery owners, is kind of where it started. And just really navigated to, the leadership and just really understanding like what is it that people truly want in their business and being able to walk them through that process. And does that answer your question?
Yeah, so it's I'm just visualizing that you help them like design their organization and their goals and how they're gonna get there. Is that right?
Yeah, yeah, that's very true. We have it set up as a structure of really community oriented. So in the brewing industry, I've coached a lot of different industries, but what I noticed in the brewing industry was that for some reason they are much more community based, and I loved that so much that I thought, why can't it be like that in every industry? Why do people have to be in such competition with each other when really business is about community, and it comes from us as a person, and how can we grow that together? And so our structure is very much like we're very engaging with each of our members, and then our members engage with each other. They provide referrals to each other, and so we're pretty selective on who we take, because we don't want industries that are too similar. Like I won't take two interior designers in the same group, because I want them to be able to be open and then refer to each other in the group. So,
Right. So you do workshops with groups of people from different industries. Is that what I'm hearing? To kind of
yep.
see how the tools work in different situations and environments and stuff. Is that right?
Yeah, so we have individual coaching for some of our clients, but at some point throughout the year, so we have four workshops right now that we get all of our members in one room, and we do a roundtable, kind of like an executive board discussion around, what are their challenges, what are their current challenges, and honestly, some of the best stories that have come out of their progress have been in those rooms together.
Awesome. Yeah, that's what we do when we do like consortiums of our lean training and stuff like that. We'll bring in different people from different industries. We might have a finance, we might have a healthcare, um, somebody in the energy industry. And when everybody gets in a room, I find this, they don't know each other. They're not going to open up at the beginning until someone takes the lead and you facilitate that, I'm sure. But then they realize that they all have similar challenges and issues and approaches, and they learn from each other in different industries and how something might have worked that they hadn't even thought about. Um,
Isn't it fantastic?
yeah, that's very cool. I love that when the light bulb goes on, you get the aha. Um, and then you as the coach, you you feel good. You've done your job, you're leading them, you're helping folks. And that's what this is all about, isn't it? I mean, being a consultant with helping people achieve what they're trying to accomplish. And I like what your question was, why are we doing things we don't like in life?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, why are we doing things that we're not happy with? Now, I mean, I loved working for 911. I absolutely love the camaraderie, but I just knew that there was something missing in my life, and it took some pretty big personal struggles to, not that we have to go into all that today, but
Right.
pretty big personal struggles to really help me understand, oh my gosh, this is, why am I here? Why am I doing this thing that I'm not in love with? And what information can I take from this and then use it in the future for other people, to help other people? So,
Yeah. Yeah. I love that because a lot of people they're stuck. They have bills, they have a job, and they want to do something completely different and start a business. A lot of us, someone might be doing like what you said, 911, and then you started working with breweries. I mean, that's completely different.
yeah, totally different.
The environment and the culture and the people, you know, and how people engage and stuff. So I really like that. I like what I'm doing because I just did a thing, a 5S, which is going into an organization, helping them really just organize and optimize an area or one of their product lines, something like that. And we were doing this just last week. And I'm working with people that I'd never met. We walked in there in the morning, didn't know any of these folks. They knew what we were doing. It was a little challenging to get them started because we're moving their cheese, We're moving things around. We're change management and all this. But about 4 hours into it, everybody was like, yeah, I see the vision of what we're trying to do. And as we led them, me and a couple other colleagues, we led them through the exercise and the workshop for 5 days. And by the end, it was kumbaya.
That's fantastic. Oh, and did you just love the progress that they made in that 5 days?
Yes, yes. I mean, because we had two different organizations under one umbrella. So it was us against them, the communication, all of those kind of things. We had three shifts. So, the night shift thought, the day shift, and the other ones didn't really care about what their thoughts were and inputs. We put things on the wall for everyone to have their ideas all 24/7, and then we changed things with all of their ideas integrated into that.
Oh, that's fantastic.
When the day 4 and 5 came along, they were a working team. The managers came in there and were like, "What is going on? I've never seen these groups of people work like this together." They're focused on one goal. They're focused on the end result. They're collaborating. They're working together. They're changing things around. Cross teams were working. Yeah, and that's part of the whole deal of building that culture and that self-empowerment and that knowledge, so when we roll off, they can do it in the next part of the business, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, that's great. I love what you guys do. That's awesome.
Yeah. So do you do any, I see you do leadership. Do you do any lean specific stuff? Lean Six Sigma or any of that?
I haven't gotten into the Lean Six Sigma. Jen's told me a little bit about it, and I think it's pretty interesting. I definitely think there could be some collaboration opportunities there.
Yeah.
I'll dive into their operations, but as far as like cleaning up their, I would love to hear more about exactly what it is that you do, because
Yeah, yeah. Well, you and all the audience that's out there can go to leanrevisions.com. Well, there's a selfish plug there.
there you go. Perfect.
It rolled right in. And that's what
Sure did.
that's what our transparent conversations are all about. Because that's what I like to do on the program here is have everybody who fits in that puzzle, you know, um, whether it's you're in finance or you're in healthcare, whatever, a brewery. There's all these pieces of the puzzle that the Lean Lounge likes to talk about is how we can help communities, businesses, individuals, and help people be successful and work through these challenges. So, the older you get, the more challenges and things you'll experience, and that's why I like to bring, a whole variety of folks in here to share communication, operations, and all of those kind of things that are out there. So, who are some of how do people get a hold of you, and who are some of your big clients, if you can say? But how do people reach out and get a hold of you and understand more of what you do?
Sure. We've worked with clients anywhere from, we'll say, a couple 100,000 a month or a year in revenue to about 20 million in revenue. We have really very, uh, I guess, categorized offerings that we can, because everybody's different, right? So you're not gonna teach somebody at 200,000 a year the same thing that you're gonna teach somebody at 10 million. So we have very structured programs that we can offer. And then one of the other things that we offer is called, well, we do a business valuation. So it's a free, it's very basic, it's free, but it gives somebody not only what they could potentially sell their company for at the moment, but then it also breaks down into 8 different areas, things that they can work on, and we give them tips and strategies and stuff like that. So that's one way that they can really connect with us, is just by using that questionnaire, and then we are happy to schedule a call to go over some of that information with them. The other way that they can contact us is through profectusbusiness.com. That is there. We obviously have a big get in touch button that they can contact us with. And then we have an amazing Facebook group that it's just for business owners. It's only there to provide value to each other. It's not salesy. And that uh, it starts with Profectus, so Profectus. Established Business Owners Scaling for Success USA.
And that's a group you can join on Facebook.
Yep.
And you have a lot of information. So is your form you were just talking about, is that free? You just fill it in and it kind of gives you an idea of where you're at as a business owner, then also for you to say, okay, here's kind of how we would work with you. It's kind of a free consultation and then reach out to you guys.
Yeah, I mean, if they choose that they would like to explore coaching options, uh, yeah, of course, they can fill that out and then schedule a call with us. They receive a summary page anyway, so if that's all they want, then that's fine. At least it gives them an idea of what they could potentially sell their business for. They do have to enter in their their revenue for the last 3 years, so they have to be able to do that. But yeah, I mean, we're happy to provide. I mean, my biggest thing is that I just want people to see their own vision of success. It's not about me, it's about them, and whatever value we can provide to them is really where it's at. And being able to show, that we're here for them is just so important.
And I love what you just said there, because that's what good consulting organizations do. Sometimes people say, I'm a consultant, and people go, oh, you're like a lawyer. They put you in that bucket. Sorry, lawyers. But good ones are here to support and help you help yourself and your family and your business and everything. And I love that. That's what it's all about, is helping organizations and people reach their dreams and their goals and build that path. And we're all going to have challenges. We're all going to have peaks and valleys. Revenue's going to shoot to the moon, and then you're not going to have any for who knows how long. So how do you deal with those kind of things? Life happens, things happen, and risk mitigation. How do you see some of those things coming your way, and leadership development, there's leadership styles and the culture in your organization. All of those kind of things are about being successful, and being happy.
Yeah. Well, and we certainly can't wait until the end result to be happy. We have to be happy in the moment. And then kind of to your point too, where people do have struggles every day, right? And even the most successful people still deal with daily challenges. And I think that sometimes that can get lost in, when we see all of the good things that people post about on social media and all of their vacations and their their good times, because that's all people post. But every single person, even the most successful ones, still deal with daily struggles, daily challenges, family issues. And so I think that would really help people to know that the successful people are just like everybody else, and we have to pick up the pieces and go and be resilient.
Yeah, be resilient and have a plan. I love it. Yeah, we see all the good things out there on your TikToks and your Facebooks and your LinkedIn's, and you know, yeah, everybody's showing that front. Sometimes the facade and stuff like that. So I like when you start getting your groups together and people opening up and really sharing some of those challenges to help others also share the knowledge. And I think it's breaking down those barriers, because we all know where we have challenges, and so I love that. I love that.
Yeah, and I don't know about you, but have you noticed there are a lot of coaches out there and a lot of online courses and a lot of buy this and make $1 million by tomorrow. and and what I see missing from a lot of that is that they don't post that daily authentic genuine stuff. And we have uh, clients that they're in the middle of a challenge, and we're happy to encourage them to talk to other people about that, because when people see the genuineness of, hey, this is real life, it's not all butterflies, rainbows, and unicorns all the time. so so let's post and let's talk about some of that real stuff and those challenges, because then you're just like you said, people will identify with that, and they'll say, oh my gosh, I'm not alone. And then you get them in a room together, and wow, how amazing is that for them to be able to, you know, make those work.
And those connections and the support, you know, and that's why I like getting those groups together. And I like the fact that you work with, you know, small to medium sized businesses. One of the reasons is that things can get done a lot faster. Communication lines, not so many layers of hierarchy and bureaucracy and all that kind of stuff. And you can see change happen and you can feel it. It'll shift that culture or whatever you're trying to do. I mean, it engages your people, and you can move forward a lot faster than with, your big, huge multinational conglomerates across the planet. It takes a little time to get, those things in the right direction. Maybe start an organization with the bigger ones or a group and then build it. But you can feel it more and drive it faster in some of those, $20 million and under organizations. Are you finding that?
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. There's a lot less chain of command, so to say, or to think about when you're doing that. Um, I mean, some of the success that some of the quick success that we've had, not us, not me specifically, but some of our members are things like, they were okay. Here's one. They were at about 900,000 every year for the last several years. They could not break that $1 million mark. So within 9 months, they were able to break the $1 million mark, and they'll finish out this year at 1.5. So that's a good start. A lot of them grow bigger than that, but that's just kind of where they were at. Not only that, though, they instead of hiring a new person next year, they decided to hire them this year. And in addition to that, cleaned up a ton of processes and communication lines and stuff like that. So they did a lot of behind the scenes stuff at the same time. So that was fantastic, right? And it's pretty fast growth. Next year, they should not have a problem hitting 2 or 2.5 million, which is, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask you too, is how do you measure success of your engagements in the program that you do? So that's the financial. Are there any other things that you can measure? Is it the bottom line, or are there other measures of success along the way?
Well, we do have them set very clear goals, and every single goal has to have a number in it, whether it's revenue or team count or, it's not measurable unless it has a number in it. So that's kind of one of the key secrets, right?
Yes.
Um, but sometimes there's that, oh, I feel better. I
Yeah.
feel like I'm more on top of that. And how do you measure that? So we use a scale system. And basically, the first time that they coach with us, we say, okay, what's your happiness scale? Basically,
Oh,
they'll give us a
cool.
number, and then we periodically go back and revisit that information. And obviously, if it started at a 3 and now it's a 1, we should probably talk. But so far, we haven't had that, so that's good. So the harder to measure things, we have been able to figure out some way to keep track of measuring those.
Yeah, I love that because you can't fix what you can't describe or measure. You know, if you
Exactly.
can't describe it, and understand it and define it, and then measure it, then you're not going to know where you're going. And I think that's where a lot of things happen too. Is we feel it and we're angry and we're frustrated, but we can't define it and put our arms around it. Then we can't fix it.
Well, and how can somebody follow it if they don't know where they're going?
That that too. Where is the target?
Yeah. I always say it's like walking in the forest in the dark with a bunch of friends and some bow and arrows and a target that you can't see and it's full of trees and you're just kind of wandering around through this darkness with your like, am I shooting my friends or the target? Who knows at this point?
Exactly, exactly. I love that. Yeah, and I ask people, when they introduce themselves, I have them wave the magic wand. And I say, if you can fix something within your organization or whatever, a challenge, what would it be? And nobody's name, please.
Oh, not who would it be?
Because the first time I did it, they were blaming people that weren't in the room. And I'm like, no, 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 no. That's not how we do it. It's the process, it's the environment, it's the culture, it's a challenge. What is it? And they have to define it. And then I'm like, okay, so what does success look like if we took care of that? And how would we measure it? And it really makes people think at the opening conversation of why are they here? What are we trying to accomplish? What does it look like? So that way it helps me too with what their ideal final result's going to be, what they're aiming for within our workshop or our time frame. And people love it because at the end of the last day, I give them the wand again and I say, did we fix that issue, or were we moving in the right direction? What are the next steps we can do to make sure we hit it? You're not going to fix everything with one swoop of the wand, but you might.
Maybe 5 a day. 5 swoops a day for the wine.
5 swoops a day.
What is John Maxwell talks about that. He says, you can cut down a tree. You've got an axe, and you have to hit it 5 times a day. That's it. You can't hit it 6. You can't hit it 20. It might take you, depending on the size of the tree, it might take you 2 years, or maybe it'll take you 30 days. But if you go out there and just hit it 5 times a day, you will. It's impossible to not
Right.
knock the tree over if you hit it
Wow, I
5 times
love
a day.
that. I'm gonna borrow that. Is that okay?
Well, it's not mine, it's John Maxwell's, so I'm
Okay.
sure
Okay.
he would be more than happy.
Yeah, because that's a very good point. Because sometimes we go into organization and they want you leadership goes, "Fix this. I'm tired of this, and I told you guys last year, and you did something, but it didn't make it go away." Well, we didn't take the axe and, start chopping away at it. We tried to take a bulldozer or something and run it over, and it popped back up.
Just bounced right back.
It just bounced right back up.
That's
You
great.
didn't chop it over down to the roots there. That's very cool. Very cool. I love this. I love this. Well, thank you for joining us. Very interesting. One more time, tell us the name of your organization and how people can get a hold of you.
Sure. The name of our company is Profectus Business Consulting. It's Profectus, so like a pro. And and you can get a hold of us at profectusbusiness.com, or our Facebook group, which is, I have to look it up again, Profectus Established Business Owners Scaling for Success USA.
Awesome. And we'll put some of that on the character generator there for Richard's going to help us with. We'll try to fit it
Oh,
on there.
perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. And we're all over Spotify and Apple and Sirius and iHeart and all that too. So I like to have our guests share their information, so you can share what your knowledge are, and hopefully people will reach out if they need your help. And I'll probably be reaching out to you, so I have clients too that could use some coaching.
Oh, well, perfect. I'm here to help.
Yeah. Because I work with a lot of people in different organizations, and the culture is phenomenal. It's awesome. And others are just in transition. And, COVID hit us a couple years ago, and everybody just was managing chaos. And now things are settling down, and people are, we have to go to the next level.
Weeding through the chaos.
Weed through the chaos, because we were all in crisis mode and survival mode. And we just did what we thought we had to do. And we put in bad systems and procedures and leadership issues and stuff. So it's time to, build that out of our systems and get the right support.
Well, and isn't it interesting? Strangely enough, so we talk a lot about succession planning. A lot of people are talking about succession planning. They want in, right? And so obviously we talk a lot about it. And there are a lot of business owners that are planning to transition or in the middle of transitioning. And so you would think that we would probably coach the people that are exiting the most. But what we found is we actually end up coaching the people that are incoming more. And the thing I think I can attribute it to, just from my research, is that the older generations are just kind of set, and I've literally heard people say, just run it like it was 1976 and you'll be fine. And we are in such a different world than 1976 in so many different ways. And it seems to me, or my experience is that the younger generation is much more flexible, much more adaptable, and they truly, truly want to grow their business in a way that they see success, not necessarily that the previous owner saw success. So interestingly enough, we end up coaching the new ones, and I love that. And I love the generation of new people and new business owners. So it's been pretty fun.
Yeah. My son, he's 30 and he works with us, and, um, he loves actually pushing the envelope on some of the older folks, because he's right in that age where he can say, "Look, you guys are my dad's age, and I've been teaching him some of these new ways. So here's how it works." He's like, "Jeff, tell him what I did for you," and it opens up that door to help them know technology is not going away. It's not that difficult. You just have to understand it. AI now, and you're right. People want to be flexible. If I have working with someone and they want to go snowboarding on Wednesday at noon, well, then that's going to be built into the work-life balance. They can do their job. They might want to work overnight and then do whatever. So we have to be flexible. We have to meet their needs because they can go elsewhere.
Oh, that is so true.
The education, schools are changing how they do things, to bring people up to speed with knowledge and technology and things. So the whole work environment. When I was 18, I started working at Boeing at 18, and you had a buzzer that told you when to go to break, buzzer when you go to lunch, hierarchy, where you had to park. I mean, swipe in your card, and that was the rule. Somebody 18 now is not going to do that.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. We have a totally different hiring process that has been working really, really well, surprisingly, because I know a lot of people are struggling with employee retention and just getting good people in the door. And we did come up with a strategy that has not just worked for us. Like we're very congruent, and if we're gonna ask somebody else to do something, we're gonna at least try it ourselves, or help somebody else try it. And so it's been fabulous. I feel so blessed every single morning. I wake up in the morning and I'm like, oh, I have the best team. They keep me in line. And so we've been using that strategy with some of our clients, and man, they are finding the best employees, and it just makes me so happy. And you're right, when it comes to flexibility, they have to, maybe it has to be hybrid, or maybe it has to be in person, but you're flexing enough to be able to provide some different hours, or some different kind of, some benefits for those employees that makes them feel wanted.
Yes, exactly. This thing that I just did last week over Labor Day, we were in there the Sunday before Labor Day. We were there on Labor Day, and people were coming and going when they could, and that was just part of it. It was a 24/7 operation, and everyone was flexible. And when everyone was there, they were heads down doing what they needed to do. And once we got that ball rolling and it took off, it was greater than management ever had thought it was going to happen. you know so that's another thing too, with your leadership and your approach and being open-minded. And that's the stuff that a lot of young folks bring, because a lot of the people, half the people on this team were in their 20s, early 30s, and then some of them were like 55, 60. And we all work together and learn from each other. And the older folks didn't go, nope, nope, nope. And the younger folks didn't go, you guys are too old to get out of the way. I mean, it was a good working environment. And there's 2 or 3, 4 generations of workers out there now.
Is that, yeah, are there 4 now? There probably are 4.
Think about it. Yeah, I mean, from 18 to 80, because people aren't retiring. It's 60, 65. That used to be a thing. Work all your life and retire at 65. I don't know what I would do if I retired at 65.
Right? That's what I'm saying. Don't run it like it's 1976, because you're still gonna be working when you're 80.
Exactly. And I love it. And that's what, I mean, that's the part of it. So, and I'm always learning and bringing in younger folks too to help out. So awesome. Well, Kendra, I could talk to you forever.
Yeah, this is fun. I really appreciate it.
Yes. We'll have to get you back on here again and see how things are going, maybe in a few months, whatever. And I like to keep the conversation. I love what you're doing. And I think what we do fits well as one of the pieces of the puzzle for the audience. You know, operations, lean, leadership, strategy, workforce development. It's all those kind of things in that umbrella. And that's why I like to do this, to bring all those pieces together and let people see how there's different ways to do things in any industry, no matter what you're
Exactly.
doing. So love it. Love it. I appreciate your time today. And I think our audience took away some nuggets of knowledge for our conversation. And for those of you listening, again, you can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcast, iHeart, Sirius, a bunch of other ones. I have a whole list of them. And if you'd like to be a sponsor on the show, give us a call or contact us at contact@leanrevisions.com. And Kendra, we will have your contact information up there too. Any final nuggets of knowledge you'd like to give our listeners before we sign off?
Just thank you so much, Jeff. It was good to see you, and I hope that the next time you're in town, we can go to coffee or bourbon. Either way.
Definitely. Love it. Love it. And thank you very much. And thanks for the listeners out there. And we'll talk to you guys soon here on the Lean Lounge. Take care, everyone.
Welcome to KPI Fire, Strategy Execution Software. Align strategy, drive execution, engage people. Here's how it works. First, you create a dashboard of strategic goals and the key metrics that demonstrate success. Then projects are created that cascade under those strategic goals. The progress of those projects and the movement of their metrics roll up into the strategic goals they belong to. With KPI Fire, your strategic progress becomes tangible, measurable, and at your fingertips. KPI Fire also allows you to capture your employees' best ideas for continuous improvement and reward those contributions. From top to bottom, your organization can clearly see strategy, and everyone feels that they have a say and a stake in the success of that strategy. It means that management can clearly prove hard and soft savings, and that they aren't wasting time rolling up reports. And it means that every employee can have simple, real-time visibility on projects and strategy progress. And what that translates to is alignment, strategy becoming reality, and igniting success. KPI Fire is a simple, intuitive interface. It's the right tool for any improvement approach and any size team. And it's easy. It requires no download or IT support and is at your fingertips on any device. Instant visibility to your business. Align strategy, drive execution, engage people.
For more information on today's show or to become a sponsor, visit leanrevisions.com. Join the virtual studio audience by emailing podcast@leanrevisions.com for tickets. Follow us on YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, and X. This podcast is hosted by Jeff Gray, produced and edited by Make Your Day Richer.